Yes, sir. You can start now.
A warm and graceful evening to one and all present here. I am Rishika Srivastava, student from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, St. Joseph Institute of Technology, here to volunteer for today's session. On behalf of St. Joseph Institute of Technology, I welcome you all to this auspicious event of Student Development Program organized by Electronics and Robotic Club of St. Joseph Institute of Technology. I would also like to thank our beloved chairman, Dr. Babu Manoharan sir, Managing Director, Mrs. Jessipriya ma'am, Director, Mr. Sasi Shekhar sir, and our principal, Dr. P. Ravichandra, who has always given us their constant support for organizing the student development program. It's my immense pleasure to welcome our today's speakers. Our first speaker is Ms.ANJANA R. She is the member of IEEE Photonic Society. She also won the second place in the National Fest held at MIT in the event Cracking the Code. She also conducted webinar on cybersecurity as well. Now I would like our first speaker, Ms. Anjana R, to please start with our today's session.
Good evening to one and all present here. This is me, Anjana KRISHNAN from the Department of ECE, and I'm here to give you all an introduction to Python programming. I guarantee that this session would be amazing to complete beginners who don't even know programming, be it Python or any other programming language. In this session, I'll be covering the top 3 important questions people ask about Python. First, what is Python? Second, why Python is so popular? And third, why do we need this Python? Well, before that, let's see who invented this Python. Python was firstly invented by Guido van Rossum in the year 1991. As you all know Python as a large snake, the name Python evolved in the 1970s BBC comedy series Monty Python's Flying Circus. So how did the name Python evolve? The name Python evolved after the 1970s BBC comedy series called Monty Python's Flying Circus. Now let us look into what is Python and why Python is so popular. Python is an object-oriented programming language. When I say object-oriented programming language, it is a way of writing a computer program where you use objects to communicate with one another. At the same time, it is an open source language. What do I mean when I say it is an open source language? It is free of cost and anyone can use it. It is an interpreted language. Interpreted language is a language which need not be compiled. That is, the programmer can run the code and see the results immediately.
Hello.
It is a high-level language. High-level language is a language where it is written in normal English. That is, it gives you a basic idea and a clear picture on how you have to run your code and improvise your code in order to build better applications. It is simple and it is an expressive language. It has got large standard libraries and it uses GUI programming. So what is this GUI programming? It is the easiest and fastest way to create GUI applications. Now let me just sum up. What is Python? So Python is an object-oriented, interpreted, and high-level language. Why Python is so popular? It is so popular as it is accessible to anyone and it is simple, open source, GUI programming, large standard library, and expressive language. So these features add up to Python to make it so popular. Now let us see why Python. Why should we use this Python? Well, it is easy and simple. Why is it easy and simple? Because it can be run in any operating system, be it Windows, Linux operating system, Mac OS, Raspberry Pi, etc. So these things make Python easy and simple. It is efficient. Why is it efficient? It is efficient because the execution speed is faster. It has got diverse libraries and framework. When I say diverse libraries and framework, what I mean is that once you implement libraries into your Python code becomes more easier. Trust me, who would want a code which is too long? Actually, you will prefer a code which is too short. So these libraries do that task. It is versatile. Versatile in the sense it is changeable. So you can change a code and you can see the results immediately. And it has got vast community of users. That is, vast community of users use Python day to day. It is portable and extensible. When I say it is portable, for example, I'm running a Python code in my Windows machine, okay? And you have Mac OS machine. So what happens, the same code which I run in my Windows machine can be run in your Mac OS machine, which wouldn't throw up any error. So that is the meaning, that it is portable. Anyone can use any code which will not throw up any error, and it is extensible. Extensible in the sense anyone can use it from anywhere. And it is flexible. Why is it flexible? Because it is suited to all types of rapid developments. And the most important feature, Python has got easy documentation. Sum up, why do we need this Python? We need this Python because it is easy and simple, it is efficient, it has got diverse libraries and framework, it is versatile, it has got vast community of users, it is portable and extensible, it is flexible, and it has got easy documentation. Now, let's be updated. The latest version of Python is the Python 3. Now, I'll be showing you a live demo on how to install this Python IDE into your computer system. Now, for that, you will have to open your web browser, and then you will have to type Pycharm JetBrains. Now, once you type this link pops up. That is, it will take you to jetbrains.com. Just click this link, and you will find a download button in the top right corner as well as a download button below. Just click this download button below, and you will have two categories. One is the professional session and the other is the community section. So what professional is used for? Professional is used for both scientific and web Python development, whereas community section is used for pure Python development. Actually, the professional session is a paid one. You will have to pay, like only the first trial is free. And community section is like free of cost, no need to pay, and it is available all time. So I'll just download this community session. As you can see, the download process is going below. And once completed, a setup window opens up, and then you will have to click on next. Then your destination folder shows up. You will have to hit the next button. And then, yeah, here you will have many things like create desktop option, update context menu. It totally depends upon you. You can choose anything, whichever you feel like choosing. Here, I will go for create desktop shortcut, and I will have a PY association with it. So I just click this both, and I go for next. Install. As you can see, the Python installation is taking place. And once the installation is complete, you will find a finish button here, and then you can just end your Python installation. See, the shortcut for Pycharm is created in your desktop screen. And you can just double tap this, so your Pycharm IDE opens up. Once this is up, for example, I am taking the introduction to Python programming to see whether it's working or not. So I will just run it. As you can see, Python programming is printed over here. This is all about I have got to say today. Now I hand over my session to Sweetie Kumari.
Thank you, Anjana. If you have any queries or questions, please put it in the chat box. Your all queries will be answered at the end of the session. Now, I would like our second speaker, Ms.SWEETY Kumari. She is the member of IEEE EMBS Society, ECE department. She had completed her BTech in Hindi, in which she got General Proficiency Award. She is also the member of IETE and Electronics and Robotics Club of ECE department, SJIT.
So, a very good evening to one and all present here. I am Sweety KUMARI from the Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering. I would like to thank all the participants and the college management for giving me this opportunity. Today, in this session, we are going to see some basic topics in Python. We will be concentrating on data types, variable, constant, and some basic programs which will make you to understand the concept. So, what does mean by data types? Data types are the classification or categorization of data items. It represents the kind of value that tells what operation can be performed on a particular data. Since everything is an object in Python programming, data types are actually classes and variable or instance of these classes. Data types are majorly classified into 5 types. They are numeric, dictionary, Boolean, set, and sequence type. Numeric is further divided into integer, float, and complex number. Similarly, sequence type is further divided into string, list, and tuple. So let's see about each in detail. So the first is numeric. So as we discussed, under numeric we have integer, floating point, and complex number. First is integer, and its data type is represented as int. It is nothing but a whole number and it can be of any length. It is only limited by the memory available in it. Some of the examples are 20, 75, and so on. Second is floating point, and its data type is represented as float. Numbers with decimal point are known as floating number and is accurate up to 15 decimal places. Some of the examples are 2.3, 5.3, and so on. Next is complex number. Complex number are specified as real part plus imaginary part. Some of the examples are 3 plus 4j, 3 minus 4j, and so on. So the next is sequence type. Under sequence type, we have string, list, and tuple. So first let's start with string. String is an ordered sequence of Unicode character. We can use single quotes or double quotes to represent string. Multi-line string can be denoted using triple quotes. You can see in the example, since it is placed in double quotes, it is known as string. Okay, so the next is list. List is an ordered sequence of item or object. It is one of the most used data type in Python and is very flexible. So declaring a list is pretty straightforward. In list, items are separated by commas and are enclosed within square bracket. All the items in the list do not need to be of the same data type. And the important thing which should be noted is list are mutable. That is, values can be changed or updated. Just look at the example given. Here you could see items are of different data types, where 10 is an integer, hello, which is placed within double quotes, a string, and 2.3 is a floating number, which are enclosed within square bracket. So it is known as list. Okay, so the next is tuple. Just like list, tuple is also an ordered collection of Python objects. The only difference between tuple and list is that tuples are enclosed within open and closed bracket and are immutable. That is, tuple cannot be modified once it is created, whereas list is enclosed within square bracket and are mutable. So next data type is dictionary. Dictionary is represented as dict. Dictionary is an unordered collection of key value pairs. Key value is provided in the dictionary to make it more optimized. It is generally used when we have a huge amount of data. In Python, dictionaries are defined within curly braces, with each item being a pair in the form of key value. And each key value pair in a dictionary is separated by a colon, whereas each key is separated by a comma. Values in a dictionary can be of any data type and can be duplicated, whereas key cannot be repeated and must be immutable. See the example. Within curly braces, there is a key value pair. Key is at the left side of the column and value is placed at the right side of the column. So our next data type is set. Set is an unordered collection of data type. That is, it is iterable, mutable, and has no duplicate element. The order of element in a set is undefined, though it may consist of various elements. So our last data type is Boolean. Boolean objects that are equal to true or true values and those equal to false or false value. But non-Boolean object can also be evaluated in Boolean context as well and determined to be true or false. And it is denoted by the class Bool. Here, the important thing to be noted is true and false with capital letter T and capital letter F are valid Booleans. Otherwise, Python will throw an error. So this way the 8 important data type in Python. So, and here is the table code of the data type. If you want, just take screenshot of this. This is just a short notes of data type which we have discussed before. Okay. So next we will see about type function. Python enables us to check the type of the variable used in the program. Python provides us a type function which returns the type of the variable passed in it. Okay, so I will show you by running in the online compiler. Yeah, but before this, I would like to make you familiar with print. Okay, so the syntax for print is print, open and close bracket. Now, within this double quotes, if I type anything, that will be printed as such in the output. Okay, for say, I'm tapping hello world and running the program. See, hello world has been printed as such in the output. Okay, so this is a basic program to print hello world. Okay, so let's try a different one. Now what I'm doing is I'm assigning value 5 to the variable a. Please don't get confused how to assign value to the variable. That we will be discussing in the further slides. Okay, so as of now, just assume that value 5 is assigned to the variable a. Okay, then print within double quotes and typing a equal. We know that anything if we enclose within double quotes will be printed as such, right? So equal, then comma, a. Now this a will store the value 5, okay, and that will be printed in the output. I will just show you by running the program. Yeah, so you could see a equal, which is placed within the double quotes, has been printed as such, and this a which stores the value 5 has been printed. Okay. Okay, now what if I just change this a to any other variable name, maybe C, and run the program? Yeah, so you can see it shows name error. It says name is not defined. Obviously, here we haven't declared any variable name called C, right? We have only declared a variable name called A. Okay, so make sure you are using correct variable name. Okay, so C, and now I just run the program. Now you could get the output. Okay, so this was print. Now let's continue with our topic. So the syntax for type function is type, open and close bracket, equal 20. Now I am assigning integer value 20 to the variable a. Okay, then print. In double quotes, I am typing maybe anything data type of a. Since I am going to get data type of a, I am typing data type of a, comma, type function, type open and close bracket. Within this, I am going to pass variable name called a. Okay, so we know that this a will store the value 20, right? And this type of function will return us the data type of the variable passed in it, right? So let's run the program, and you could see it returns us that it is integer data type, right? So yeah, obviously 20 is an integer data type, right? So yeah. Now what if I give a floating number? Let's run the program, and you could see it shows it is a float data type. Okay. Now what if I give a list? Maybe one integer, then 2.5, then just run the program and see it shows that it is list. Obviously this is list, right? And we have studied in the data type itself that the items which is enclosed within square bracket may be of any data type. It's not needed that it should be of same data type. Okay, so this was about type function. Now, okay, so in the first line you could see there is something started with hash symbol, right? So this line which is started by hash symbol is nothing but a comment. Comments do not execute in the program. It is only for the reference for user. This comment will be very useful to understand the program if you are working with long programs of 2 to 3 pages. Okay, so yeah, by this we can get to know what is happening in a particular step. Okay, so now we will go to the PPT. So this was we have discussed, right? So the next is we are going to see two small program, that is addition of two integer and addition of two floating number. Okay, so I will run this in compiler so that you will understand clearly. So yeah, so let's till now what we have did, we have assigned value to the variable directly, right? But now what we're going to do is we're going to get value from the user. We're going to get input from the user. Okay, so a equal to, so we have to mention a data type. So we are going to take int as a data type. Then since we're going to get input from the user, we have to type input, input, open and close bracket. Then within this I'm typing a equal. Okay. So this a equal to, which I have enclosed within double quotes, will be printed as such in the output, and it will ask user to put the input. Okay. So since I am adding two integer, I need one more variable to store the value, right? So b equal to int of input equal. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm declaring one more variable named called c, and I'm storing this addition value of a plus b in that. Okay. Then print within double quotes I'm typing sum equal 10, comma c. Okay. And we know that this sum equal, which is enclosed within double quotes, will be printed as such. And this c, which holds the value of addition of a plus b, will be printed, right? So let's run the program. So I'm assigning value 5. Then I'm giving value 5. So there is some network issue. Once again, I will run the program once again. A equal to 5. B equal to 5. You could see it has been shown that sum is equal to 10, right? So this was okay. But now what I'm doing is I'm running the program once again, and I am giving a floating number as input. Okay, 3.5. Then you could see it shows the value error. This is because here you have initialized, you have used integer data type. Okay, so make sure if you are using integer data type, pass integer value. Okay, so this was all about addition of two integer. Now let's see second program, which is addition of two floating number. Okay, just change this into float. As it is here also, change this into float, and then run the program. Here I am giving first floating number. Okay, 3.6, then 1.2, and run the program. So here you could see sum equal 4.8. So it has showed as the addition value, right? Now this was simplest. Okay, fine. Now let's run the program once again. And what if I'm giving an integer value? Okay, maybe 5, 10, 2 point. But see, it doesn't show any value error. It just gives us the output, right? So what is happening here? So this floating data type will convert this integer value 5 to floating number as 5.0. Okay. So yeah, by this we can conclude that even if we give integer value to floating data type, it will convert it to floating point and shows us the result. Okay. So let's enter into the PPT. So yeah, this is what we have discussed, right? So yeah, next is variables. Variables are simply a container for storing data values. A variable is a name given to a memory location. It is the basic unit of storage in a program. Python variable is also known as an identifier and is used to hold values in it. Okay, so the next is, let's see how to name the identifier. There are 5 main rules in order to name the identifier. Okay, let's see one by one. Okay, so the rule number 1 is the first character of the variable must be an alphabet or underscore. Rule number 2 is all the character except the first character may be an alphabet of lowercase, uppercase, underscore or digit. Please take note of these rules, because if you use wrong rules, then it will go an invalid identifier. Okay, so please take note of it. So then rule number 3 is identifier name must not contain any white space or special character. Rule number 4 is identifier name must not be similar to any keyword defined in the language. Rule number 5 is identifier names are case sensitive. Okay, so this way the 5 important rules. Okay, now, okay, so let's see examples. If we follow all the rules, then it will be valid identifier. Okay. So the example, look out at the example. Here you could see the look out at the first example. Okay. The first character of variable must start with alphabet or underscore. This was we discussed in rule number 1, right? So it has been followed with this example, right? And by rule number 2, all the character except the first character may be an alphabet of lowercase, uppercase, underscore, or digit. So it has followed all the rules. Since it is known as valid identifier. Okay. Now let's see what is invalid identifier. Okay. So look at the first example. It has been started with digit, which is against the rule. So it is invalid. Now look at the second example. It has been started with alphabet. Okay, fine. But then it contains special character. So it is invalid. And look at the third example. There is the space between n and 9. So that is invalid. Okay. So this was all about naming identifier. Okay. So next we will see how to declare the variable and assign value to it. Then how to redeclare the variable. Then how to assign single value to multiple variables. Then how to assign different value to multiple variables. And at last we will see how to delete the variable. Okay. So these were 5 subtopics which are available in variables. First we will discuss about this in compiler. Then I will just show you in the PPT. Okay. In compiler you will be able to catch very easily, right? Yeah. So first we will see how to declare the variable and assign value to it. Okay. So let's start. So a variable is declared automatically when value is assigned to it. Okay. So a variable is declared automatically as soon as the value is assigned to it. Okay. How to assign value to the variable? Yeah. So that could be done very easily with the help of this equal to operator. Okay. So the simple definition is value 5 is assigned to the variable A with the help of this equal to operator. Okay. So it was easy, right? Okay. Now let's see how to redeclare the variable. Okay. Same this. Now let's see how to redeclare the variable. Okay. So I will just type it print. Okay. Okay. We know that for this we will be getting output as 5, right? Yeah. We know this, right? So now I'm doing this A equal to 10. I'm trying to update the value of A, that is from 5 to 10. Let's run the program and you could see the updated value of variable A has been printed as 10. Okay. So this is what how to update the variable. Okay. So redeclare and update both are the same words, conveys the same meaning, right? Okay. So I would like to explain you this by a small multiplication program. Okay. So A equal to 5, then B is equal to 5. And I'm storing this multiplication value in C. Sorry. In C. Okay. A into B. Then print C. Okay. I'm running the program. So we're getting 25, right? That is the output for this program, right? Yeah. So now what I'm doing is I'm trying to update the value of A as 1. Okay. And I'm running the program. You will see the value has been updated, right? The value is updated from 5 to 1. So A into B, that is 5 into 1 is 5, right? So okay, what if I try to update the value of variable after this, like A equal to 1, and let's run the program. So yeah, you could see the value hasn't been updated. This is because in the above step itself, we have stored the multiplication value in C. Okay. So after that, if you try to update the value, then that is useless. You have to update the value before doing. Okay. So this was all about how to redeclare the variable. Now let's see the third subtopic, that is how to assign single value to multiple variables. Okay. That was a single value to multiple variables. So this could be done very easily with the help of equal to operator. Okay, let me show you. X equal, Y equal to Z equal to 10. Okay, here you could see this X holds the value 10 and also this Y holds the value 10 and this Z also holds the value 10. Okay, I will let's see whether this is correct or wrong. Okay, I'll just print and show you. Print x equal comma x. Let me just copy and paste it for y and b. Okay. Let me change this to y. Right? Here C. Okay, and let's run the program. You could see x stores the value 10 and y stores the value 10. Z also stores the value 10. Okay, so you could assign single value to multiple variables with the help of this equal to operator. Okay, now let's see how to assign different value to multiple variables. Okay, so different value to multiple variables. Okay, so this could be done with the help of comma operator. Okay, let me show you. X comma y comma z is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. Okay, so here you could see x stores the value 10, then comma y stores the value 20, comma z stores the value 30. Let's print and see the output. Okay, so yeah, you could see here x stores the value 10, y stores the value 20, and z stores the value 30. So by this we can conclude that you could assign different value to multiple variables with the help of this comma operator. Okay, so this is very simple, right? This is easy to assign, right? Yeah. So let's see the last subtopic of variable, that is how to delete the variable. Okay, so this could be done with the help of a small command. Okay, so that command is del variable name. Okay, so this is what the command for deleting a variable. Okay, yeah, let's see the program. A equal to 5. Okay, I'm deleting this variable. So the command is del then variable name, right? So we will declare this variable name as A. Okay, then print. Let's see what is the output. So it shows name error. It says that name is not defined. Yeah, obviously, right? We have deleted this variable name called A. So it will show that the name is not defined, right? So by this we can conclude that the variable name called A has been deleted. Okay, so now just go to the PPT. Yeah. So how to declare a variable and assign value to it? So this could be done with the help of equal to operator. We have discussed in the compiler, right? Yeah. So the next is how to redeclare the variable. We can redeclare the Python variable once we have declared the variable already, right? So this also we have discussed in the compiler. If you need, you could just take a screenshot of this. Okay. So the next is how to assign a single value to multiple variables. So this could be done with the help of equal to operator, right? We have discussed this, right? Yeah. So the next is how to assign different value to multiple variables. So this could be done with the help of comma operator, right? So we have discussed this. So the last subtopic was deleting a variable. So this could be done with the help of command known as del variable name. Okay. So this also we had seen, right? Yeah. So next is there is a small program known as swapping of two numbers. Okay. First of all, what is simply swapping? So just look at the flow diagram. Initially x is equal to 5 and y equal to 8, right? After swapping, the value of x, that is 5, will be swapped to the value of y. Okay, you could see the arrow mark, right? And hence y becomes 5. Okay, same. Okay, so same as it is. Initially y is equal to 8, right? And after swapping, the value of y will be swapped to the value of x. Okay, so now look at the program. So this is the concept of swapping. Now look at the program. Here, first I am assigning value to the variable x and y. In previous slide, I taught you about how to assign different value to multiple variables, right? I have said you that could be done with the help of comma operator, right? So you could see here x comma y is equal to y comma x. See, simply you could remember that y comma x is nothing but 8 comma 5. Okay, so as we learned in the previous slide, 8 will be assigned to the variable x 5 will be assigned to the variable y. Now just print the value and you could see the value have been swapped. Okay. So the next is global and local variable. Let's see what is meant by local variable. It is very simple. If the variable is defined and declared inside the function, then it is known as local variable. You could see in the program, you could see there in the program here, the keyword def is used to define the function. And inside the function, we have declared, so inside the function, we have declared the variable. Hence, it is known as local variable. Next is global variable. Okay. So, if the variable is defined and declared outside the function, then it is known as global variable. Look at the example. The variable name called s has been declared outside the function. So, it is known as global variable. Okay. So, our last topic is constant. A constant is a type of variable that holds values which cannot be changed. It is helpful to think of constant as a container that holds information which cannot be changed later. You can think constant as a bag to store some books which cannot be replaced once placed inside the bag. In reality, we rarely use constant in Python. Some of the examples of constant are the value of pi and gravity which cannot be changed. Okay, so this was all about data type, variable and constant. Here comes a small quiz for you which consists of 2 questions. Okay, so let me dictate it. Select valid identifier from the following. Option A, option B, C and D. Okay, so you could start answering in the comment box or chat box. Let me know. So, okay, the correct option is A. Okay, so why B, C, D are invalid? Because we could see in option B, it has been started with a digit. Okay, so that is invalid. That is against the rules, right? Yeah. So option C consists of special character, which is invalid. In option D, you could see there is a small space between A and O. So that is invalid. So our second question is list or immutable and tuple or mutable. State whether this is true or false. So you could start answering. Please put up the answer in the chat box. So yeah, let me save the answer. The option is false. Okay, because I have stressed out this point that list or mutable and tuple or immutable. Okay, this is very important thing. Okay, please do remember all this. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. Okay, once again I would like to thank all participants and my college management for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much. Now Ms.UVASHREE will take over the session.
Thank you, sweetie. Now, I would like to welcome third speaker of the day, Ms.UVASHREE. She is the member of IEEE EMDS Society, ECE. She is also the member of IETE and Electronic and Robotic Club, ECE Department of St. Joseph Institute of Technology. Welcome.
Very good evening to one and all present here. I am Ms.SWEETY from Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. My hearty thanks to everyone who gave this opportunity. Python is like why settle for snake oil when you have whole snake, isn't it? Yeah, perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. Just utilize the upcoming half an hour and make use of it. First, we are going to learn about keywords. Python keywords are special reserved words that convey a special meaning to the compiler. Each keyword has a special meaning and a specific operations. It cannot be used as a variable name, function name, or any other identifiers. It consists of list of keywords. Let us have a look on it. There are 7 types of keywords, which is value, operator, iteration, control flow, structure, returning, and import keyword. First, we are going to see about value keyword. Under value keyword, we have true, false, and none keywords. True and false are the truth values in Python. They are the results of comparison operator and logical operators. None is a special constant in Python that represents the absence of a value or a none value. Let me show you one of the example of value keyword. In this program, I have assigned x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 4. If I have given the condition as x is equal to y, so that if x is equal to y, print true, else print false. Here, x is not equal to y, so that is 5 is not equal to 4, so it returns false. Next, under operator keyword, we have and, or, not, is, and in keywords, where and, or, and not are logical operators. And is used to check the multiple conditions. It returns true if both the conditions are true, or returns true if one of the condition is true. Is used to check if the two variable refers to same object. It returns the true if they refer to same object, otherwise it will return false. In is used to test if a sequence contains a value. It returns true if the value is present, else it will return false. Here, these are the conditions for and, or, and not keywords. Here is a small example for is and in keywords. Just have a look on it. I have assigned A is equal to list of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I have given the condition 5 in A. So we have to check here whether 5 is present in A or not. Actually, 5 present in list of A, so it returns 2. As the same way takes place here, 10 is present in A or not. Actually, 10 is not present in A, so it returns false. Next, under iteration keyword, we have for, break, continue, while, and else keywords. For is used for iteration. The for keyword is used to iterate over the sequence like list, tuple, dictionary, and string. Break is used to terminate the loop execution, and control transfer to the loop end of the loop. Continue is used to stop the execution of current iteration. While is used to iteration. The while loop is executed until the condition returns false. Else, in else statement, it is used with the if statement. When if statement returns false, the else block is executed. Here we have an example for block and continue keyword. In the example of block keyword, we have I is equal to 5 and we break from the loop. So the range 1 to 4 is executed. But in the example of continue keyword, we use continue instead of break in the same program. So when the continue is met, that iteration is skipped. But we do not exit the loop. Hence, all the values except 5 is printed out. Next, under control flow, we have if, elif, and else keywords. If is used to represent the conditional statement. The execution of particular block is decided by its statement. Elif is also called as else. Else if it is used to check the multiple condition. If the previous condition is false, then check until the true condition is found. And finally, the else keyword we have discussed already. Here is an example for if, elif, and else keyword. Here the function checks the input number and prints the result of if it is 1 or 2. Any input other than this will cause the else part of the code to execute. Okay. Then under structure keyword, we have def, class, lambda, as, and with keyword. Where def keyword is used to declare the function in Python if followed by the function name. Class is used to represent the class in Python. The class is the blueprint of the object and it is collection of variable and methods. With is used to wrap the execution of block of code within methods defined by the context manager. As is used to create a name alias, it provides the user-defined name while importing a module. And finally, the lambda keyword is used to create an anonymous function. It is an inline function that does not contain a certain statement. It consists of an expression that is evaluated and returned. Here is an example for lambda keyword. Here we have created an inline function that doubles the value with using the lambda statement. We used this to double the values in a list containing 1 to 5. Here we have taken range from 1 to 6. So until 5 it will be printed out. So on doubling those numbers, the output executed as 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Next, under returning keyword, we have return and yield keyword. Return is used to return the result value or name to call function. Yield is used with the Python generator. It stops the function execution and returns value to the caller. Here is an example for yield keyword. Here, the function generator returns a generator that generates square of number from 0 to 5. This is printed in the for loop. So here we taken range up to 6. So until 5 it gets printed. So square of 0 is 0, square of 1 is 1, 2 is 4, 3 is 9, 4 is 16 and 5 is 25. Next, under import keyword, we have import as from and from keywords. Import is used to import modulus in the current Python script. The module contains a runnable Python code. From is used to import the specific function or attributes in the current Python script. Here we have an example for import keyword. Actually, import keyword is used to import modulus into the current namespace. From import is used to import specific attributes or functions into the current namespace. For example, import math. It will import the math module. Now we can use the cos function inside it as math cos. But if we want to import just the cos function, this can done using from math import cos. Now we can use the function simply as cos. No need to write as math cos at all. Up to this, keywords gets over. If you need, just take snapshot of this tabulation. This will make you to understand easily. Clear? Next, now we are going to learn about Python operators. The operator can be defined as a symbol which is responsible for particular operation between two operands. Operators are the pillars of a Python on which the logic is built in the specific programming language. There are variety of operators. Here the list of operators, which is arithmetic, comparison, logical, membership, bitwise, assignment, and identity operator. First, we are going to learn about arithmetic operator. These operators are used to perform arithmetic operations between two operands. It includes addition, subtraction, divide, multiplication, remainder, exponent, and floor division. Addition is used to add two operands. Subtraction is used to subtract second operand from the first one. If the first operand is less than the second one, it results in negative. Divide returns the quotient after dividing the first operand by the second one. Multiplication is used to multiply one operand with the other. Remainder returns remainder after dividing the first operand by the second operand. Remember, remainder is also known as modulus. Exponent operator represented as it calculates the first operand power to the second operand. Floor division gives the floor value of the quotient produced by dividing the two operands. Let me show you example for arithmetic operators. I'm assigning x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3, and I'm going to give print statement as x plus y. Here I'm just using addition operator. On executing this, we get output as 8. That is, addition of 5 and 3 is 8. Now I'm just changing the print statement alone. I'm adding the subtraction operator. On executing this, we get 2. That is 5 minus 3 is 2. Next, we are going to learn about comparison operator. Comparison operator are used to compare the values of two operands and returns Boolean true or false accordingly. In comparison operator, we get only two output, either true or false. Here, for the first condition, if the two variables or constant are equal, it returns true or else false. This is what the condition applied for all the comparison operator. Let me show you an example for comparison operator. I'm assigning the same value as x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3, and I'm just changing the print statement alone. I'm giving print of x is equal to y. On executing this, we get false because x is not equal to y. That is, 5 is not equal to 3. Now again, I'm changing the print statement alone. X is not equal to y. Here, it returns true because x is not equal to 2. X is not equal to y. That is, 5 is not equal to 3. Returning back to the concept. Now we are going to learn about logical operators. The logical operators are used normally in the expression evaluation to make a decision. In AND condition, it returns true if both the conditions are true. In OR condition, it returns true if one of the statement is true. Where in NOT condition, it will reverse the result, that is, returns false if the result is true. That is, if it returns false if the result is true. Okay, I will show the example. I'm assigning x is equal to 5 and I am giving the print statement as x is greater than 3 and x is less than 6. It returns true because 5 is greater than 3 and less than 6. Now I'm just changing the operator alone. Print x greater than 3 or x less than 6. Now it returns true because either if one statement is correct also, it will return true. Next, under membership operator, Python membership operators are used to check the membership of value inside a Python data structure. If the value is present in the data structure, then the resulting value is true, otherwise it will return false. Let me directly show you the example so that you can understand easily. I'm assigning x is equal to apple, banana. Now I'm giving the print statement as banana in x. It returns true because a sequence with value banana is in the list. Okay, now I'm changing the print statement alone. Here I'm giving it as pineapple. Not an x. It also returns true because a sequence with value pineapple is not in A. Actually, what I have given, the condition is also not in, so it returns true. Next, under bitwise operator, the bitwise operator performs bit-by-bit operation on the value of two operands. It consists of binary AND, binary OR, and negation. In binary AND, if both the bits are the same place in two operands are 1, then 1 is copied to the result, otherwise 0 is copied. I am repeating it again. If both the bits are the same place in two operands are 1, then 1 is copied to the result, otherwise 0 is copied. And in binary OR, the resulting bit will be 0 if both the bits are 0, otherwise the resulting bit will be 1. Repeating it again, the resulting bit will be 0 if both the bits are 0, otherwise the resulting bit will be 1. Under negation, it calculates the negation of each bit of the operand. That is, negation in the sense, if the bit is 0, the resulting bit will be 1 and vice versa. Let me show you an example. I'm just assigning A is equal to 60, B is equal to 13, C is equal to 0, and C is equal to A and B. I'm giving the print statement as value of A is now on executing this program, we get the value as the value of C is 12. If you are going to do this manually, you will be using the binary numbers. Here, the binary number of 60 is 0011 1100, and the binary value of 13 is 0000 1101. On solving this manually, you will get the value as 0000 1100, which is the binary value of 12. Understand? Next, we are going to learn about assignment operator, which is the most easiest one. The assignment operator are used to assign the value of right expression to the left operand. Here, these are the symbols which we are going to use in assignment operator. See, I'm just assigning x is equal to 3. And on using assignment operator, I'm giving the condition as x minus is equal to any number you can give. I'll give 5. And I'm giving the print statement as print x. Actually, x minus is equal to 5. It implies x is equal to x minus 5. Okay. On executing this program, you will get minus 2. That is, 3 minus 5 is 2. Same thing I'm just going to do for addition, which implies x is equal to x plus 5. On executing this, we will get 8. That is, 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay. Next, the last operator is identity operator. The identity operator are used to decide whether an element is certain class or type. The output of identity operator is going to be either true or false. I will show you the example. I'm assigning x is equal to apple and ball. Same thing I'm just going to assign for y. And z is equal to x. Now I'm giving the print statement as x is z. On executing this, you will get true. That is, it returns true because z is same object as x. Okay. Now I'm changing the print statement. X is y. It returns false because x is not the same object as y, even if they have the same content. Okay, I'm just repeating it. It returns false because x is not the same object as s, even if they have the same condition. Next, I'm changing the print statement. X is equal to y. It returns true because to demonstrate the difference between is and equal to, this comparison returns true. Okay. Next, one more thing I want to explain is operator precedence. In mathematics and computer programming, the order of operations is a collection of rules that reflect conventions about which procedures to perform first in order to evaluate a given mathematical expression. See here, example here, if you are given a sequence consists of a lot of operators, your priority should be based on these orders. Okay, here you can see an example in that your priority should be first given to the parenthesis. That is, you have to solve first what is inside the parenthesis. Okay, now let me ask few questions. First question is, which of the following is not a keyword? Just start answering in the chat box or in comment section. The answer is eval, which it can be used as a variable. What is the output of the following code? Print 9 floor division 2. Kindly answer in the chat box. Where the answer is 4. Where floor division returns the integer value of the quotient. Okay. The next question is, which of the following precedence order is correct in Python? Be interactive, answer in the chat box. Answer is option A, which I have said you already, your first priority should be given to the parenthesis. That is, the answer is parenthesis, exponential, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Finally, it gives me an immense pleasure to deliver my thanks to all the participants and our college management for giving me such an opportunity. And thank you once again.
Thank you, Yuvashree. Now, I would like Ms. S.M.SWEETY to take over the session for answering all the questions.
Well, this is the time for Q&A session. The first question is to Ms.SWEETY Kumari. Does Python is case sensitive?
So yeah, Python is obviously case sensitive. A language is case sensitive if it distinguishes between identifier like small letter A and capital letter A. So yeah, obviously Python is case sensitive.
Yeah, okay. The next question is, how would you declare a multi-line comment in Python?
So okay, Python does not really have a syntax for multi-line comment, but what you could do is you could just add you could insert hash symbol for each line for getting multi-line comment. So you could do this.
Okay, Sweetie Kumari, thank you. The next question is to Yuvashree. Why do we need break and continue in Python?
Both break and continue are the statements that control flow in Python loops. So break stops the current loop from executing further and transfer the control to the next block, where continue jumps to next iteration of the loop without exhausting it.
Okay, the next question is, how many arguments can the range function take?
Actually, it takes up to 3 arguments. Let me tell you that. When we pass only one argument, it takes as the stop value, like list of.
Yeah, okay. The third question is, operators with same precedence are evaluated in which manner?
It will be evaluated from left to right.
Okay, thank you, Yuvashree. Now this is the time for the vote of thanks. is Ms.SWEETY from Electronics and Communication Engineering to express our gratitude on behalf of St. Joseph's Group of Institutions and the entire fraternity of the institution. First of all, I extend my sincere thanks to the Almighty for making today's event a resounding success. I extend a hearty thanks to today's prolific speakers, Ms.ANJANA, Ms.SWEETY Kumari, Ms.UVASHREE for their stupendous presentation on Python, that is Pycharm. I also thank our Head of the Department, Dr. C. Gnanakausalya ma'am, Staff and Student Affairs, Dr. G. Rohini ma'am, Lab Affairs, and all the other faculties for organizing the event successfully. Last but not the least, I thank all the student faculties across India and other countries for their active participation. This event will be continued tomorrow by another eminent speaker. I request the interested participants to register for upcoming webinar series. Once again, thank you all. Have a great time.